Harborside FC acknowledges that we are competing, practicing, and learning on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish peoples, the lands of the Stanimak First Nation, Tla'amin First Nation, and the Cowichan and Snohomish First Nations. We walk these paths together. Fans, before our national anthem and kickoff, we'd like to take this opportunity to remember and celebrate the life of Reed Davidson. 1 year ago, Reed, an important part of Nanaimo United, Harborside FC, and the VIU Mariners, tragically lost his life in a car accident. We remember and celebrate Reed's legacy today via new scholarships that have been created in his honor, one through Nanaimo United and one at VIU. We give our best wishes and thoughts to the Davidson family, and a big thank you to all the supporters who benefited from Reed's contributions to soccer in BC. Thank you. At this time, fans, we'd like you to please rise if you are able and remove your headgear and address the flag at the far end of the pitch for the singing of O Canada.
Well, here we are. Welcome to game number 2 on the final day of action in League 1 BC. Harborside FC takes on Unity FC. A little bit at stake today, so if Harborside FC are victorious, it would make them finish 3rd in the league, which would change their semifinal game. Unity, regrettably, with Harborside's win yesterday, was just nipped for 4th place. So today is probably a little bittersweet, but again, I'm sure Unity's going to be out in force, and I'm anticipating a good game. I'm sure both coaches have rotated their rosters a little bit to give some people some minutes and maybe try a few things out for next year. So it'll be interesting to see how people line up. And again, I'm not the regular commentator. Alex Ronsley wasn't able to join us today. So my name's Jason Coates. I'm never usually up in the booth, so just happy to fill in and celebrate soccer today. It is the final day again of the season, and it's been a great season. The weather's definitely not as hot as yesterday. Light drizzle, which is quite refreshing actually. It's gotten a little windier as the day has gone on, so a little heavier wind up here, and I think even a bit of wind down on the pitch side. And we're expecting I think a good game. It'll be interesting to see how Harborside does. They did play a full game in very hot conditions, so a few of the players out there are going to have some pretty tired legs. But the women sure put on a display of grit. They played hard right through it, and it was a great game. Ended up 1-0 for Unity, but a great way to end the season, and I think the women should be proud of the season that they had. So let's see how the men do. And again, they're off to the playoffs for the first time in Harborside's history, and it remains to be seen just where in the playoffs they go. So stay tuned. We're about to kick off. Unity in their light pink jerseys. They definitely pretty snappy jerseys. I don't know if you caught some of the warm-up. They have a nice pink warm-up jersey too, which looks great on the green grass. So. And then Harborside's wearing their dark blue and light blue shorts. equally as snappy, a little different style. So regrettably, I'm not going to be able to help you a lot with player names and numbers, maybe perhaps with Harborside a little bit, but I really encourage you to have a look at the League One Canada app. It's fantastic, up to date with current lineups and current numbers for players, and it's a great way to manage your player tracking or getting your scores and updates and tables. So definitely check out the League One Canada app. It's been a great addition to the league this season, and I'm sure they're going to add some features as we go along. So League One Canada app, check it out. Here we are, we're about ready to kick off. So as you're watching, be sure to check out some of the sponsors on the far side. Couldn't do this without them. As we get going, I'm sure your eyes have been drawn to the Ramsey Lemon Roads logo on the front of the jerseys. Major sponsor for Harborside, has really been our lead sponsor for the first 2 years and helps make it happen. They've been a fantastic supporter and partner. If I'm not mistaken, I saw a few of the partners here today. Turn the crowd noise up a little bit for you. So it'll be interesting to see how the Harborside attack looks today. Billy Bagiopoulos is not in the lineup today. So that will force a little bit of a different look. And if I'm not mistaken, Suka Berry is also not out on the field today. Definitely have, generally with Charlie Purcell, been our three main attacking players throughout most of the season. So just settling into the game right now. I think both teams trying to figure out how they want to go at the other team. Fergus Hall is back from a one-game suspension yesterday, so he's our captain and center back. Looks like they're playing with 3 backs to start. Yeah, a few more fans have rolled in. Again, not many on the far side. It's rare for people to sit over there. It's often a little hotter, although not today so much with the cloud cover, but definitely here down below me in the plaza. A few people in the beer gardens, on the grass, in the stands, the food carts. There's a baseball game behind me. You might be able to hear some of that. It's been great to have a few of their players over watching some of the action. It's great to see Declan Brown out there on the left side. Declan's coming back from a fairly lengthy injury, so great to see him get out on the field. We're going to break down the left-hand side. And Unity's coming right back down the other way. Good numbers back for Harborside. Alex Dedam brings it out, gets it back. Matt Coburn on the ball. So if you're looking at the lineup, it looks like number 30, our keeper, Matt McConaughey. And number 5, we've got Cam Shaw. Number 6, Fergus Hall. Number 9, Andreas Tovar. Number 11, Jonathan McKenzie. Number 13, Declan Brown. Number 16, Michael Happel. 17, Alex Dedam. 18, Ashton Bryant. And 21, Matt Coburn. So memorize those numbers. I'm trying to. And that was Matt Coburn right there, who just broke that play up. Cam Shaw on the ball. Alex Dedam back to Michael Happel. Look at that, I just remembered 3 or 4 of them in a row. You know, the weather settled down. The rain seems to have stopped. Nice and cool, actually. At least relatively speaking, compared to yesterday. You can see from the flags, slight wind from left to right, so blowing towards the Unity goal. Regrettably, I don't know many of the Unity players. But they've got a talented bunch, so it'll be interesting to see how the day goes. Tovar on the ball, back to Declan Brown. And that's Fergus Hall on the ball there. Matt Coburn. Starting lineup, looks like that's Charlie Smith out there, number 23, I believe. So Wasn't on my starting list. Seems to be one player missing from the list. So I'm assuming that's who it is. So I just have to leave you for 1 second and I'll be right back. And I'm back. Just in time for a Unity attack. Well defended by Matt. A little bit of sunshine coming out now. Hopefully it won't get too hot. Fairly cagey affair so far. Both teams still trying to figure the other one out. Tovar working hard down the left. Ref letting that go, and a quick pass out to Andreas Tovar. Well, almost made something out of that. That was Cam Shaw coming through the middle. Charlie Smith was lurking behind him, I think. Nanaimo being patient in their defense. Not putting too much pressure on as the ball's been brought out. Definitely probably a good idea given some of the tired legs that might be out there. Fairly easy to handle. A lot of new faces playing together right now, so it'll be interesting to see, you know, as the game goes on, if they, as they figure it out. And my understanding, practices have been really high tempo and they've been working well. So I'm sure it's not too foreign to them to be out there and seeing the faces, but always a little different when you make changes, major changes to the lineup. But I'm sure Unity's facing the same thing, so might kind of explain how it's a little cagey right now. Both teams really just trying to figure it out. Yeah, a few more people arriving. I think maybe once they saw the rain stop, they decided it might be worth to come out for a little soccer. So again, depending on the outcome of this game, I believe Harborside will either be heading to Swangard on Friday or to North Van on Sunday. So a win would mean they'd be off to North Van to face Altitude on Sunday. And I believe a tie or loss would mean another game, I'm sure exciting game against TSS at Swangard. Not sure if the team would have a preference. I think in the end, they've got to make their way through regardless. Sunday game might give them a few extra days rest, which might be kind of nice. Oh, and Unity's working through. But a simple touch breaks it up. It's a busy weekend for soccer. Final games of League One. BC Provincials, the A Cup Provincials for youth. We're in Kamloops. And the BC Summer Games, I believe, are also this weekend. And then, of course, the Silly Boat Festival is happening in Nanaimo today. So a busy weekend. Baseball behind me. Alex Saddam well up. I believe that's Jonathan McKenzie out there on the left. Always an interesting time, the end of the season, particularly as League One, many of the players are heading off to their universities for their preseasons. To have such a, busy time, and then it comes to an end. So I'm sure it's sort of a bittersweet thing for many of the players. They get to know each other really well, and definitely speaking for Harborside, they've had a great experience. So we certainly wish them all well in their next soccer adventure, and hope to see many of them back again for next season. Definitely be sure to tune in to either the Unity or the Harborside social media channels to stay up to date on what's going on. Both clubs, actually all the clubs, have been doing a fantastic job this year with social media, with promotions, with trying to build the fan base. It's amazing what goes into the teams beyond just on the field. Definitely is a team effort. And an attempt. I'm sure they'd want that one back. That was Cam Shaw. St. John Ambulance is here today volunteering. They've been fantastic. They've made every one of the Harborside games, and I'm sure they've made many of the games on the mainland as well. So they always have to be commended for the community service that they tirelessly put in. Unity definitely testing the fortitude of the back line with some few longer balls, seeing if they can find a way through. And they're calling a handball and a penalty kick. A little unlucky, perhaps. I didn't have a clear look at it, but the refs made a call right away. Matt McConnich will now have to set himself and see what he can do. Not sure who's stepping up. Number 9 for Unity, team captain. I think on my sheet. Victory Shambusho. Oh, and wide. Sigh of relief from Harborside and from the fans. I'm sure Victory would like that one back, but just wide. So actually it was a decent attempt, but just wide. So again, a sigh of relief from the Harborside fans. Jonathan McKenzie, and offside. Charlie Smith making a run, but just offside. Back to Declan Brown. He'll play it to Alex Tadam in the middle. Back to Brown. Almost cut off by Victory. Ashton Bryant calling for the big switch out here, but didn't quite make it to him. Unity broke it up. Good defending by Matt Coburn. Out to Andreas Tovar. 4 Harborside players in the attack. Goal kick. Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, no, goal kick. Goal kick. Unity being very patient on the ball. Ashton Bryant called for a push. Wind's picking up a little bit here up in the press box. Looks like it might be picking up a little bit down below. Matt Coburn doing well to defend. They switch it to Jonathan McKenzie. Looked like an inadvertent trip there. Ref gives Alex Tadam just a verbal reminder. Unity content to play it around the back, looking for that opening. Oh, and a little touch with Charlie Smith. And he gets a goal. He did well to maintain his balance. Defender on his back. And then poked it home with his left foot. Did well. It was keeping a defender off his back and keeping his balance at the same time. So 1-0 for Harborside off a little bit of a lucky touch, but give him his credit. He made full use of his opportunity. So 1-0 for Harborside at the 30-minute mark. Something on the field. So here we are, 1-0. Let's see how Unity responds. Again, Unity sending some longer probing balls, seeing what they can find. Ref says a little bit too much contact there on Declan. It's like Cam Shaw on the ball, trying to find Ashton Bryant on the right-hand side. Well shielded by Unity. Well played out by Unity. Just patiently worked it out from the back left. But the final ball didn't quite live up to the build-up. Michael Halpel. 3 players around Andreas Tovar, and they win it back and settle it down. Unity doing a good job, being patient at the back, looking for those opportunities to try to go forward. They seem to be trying to go forward with the longer balls. Curious to see if that stays there. Midfielder's doing a good job dropping back. Looking to find those gaps. Nearing the 35-minute mark, still 1-0 for Harborside. Oh, and they're off again. I think the goalie's going to get there first. Ooh. touched the ball outside the box. Handball. Some fans calling for red. Referees having none of it. A little discussion. Looks like it'll be a free kick from just outside the box on the right-hand side. Seems the fourth official is calling the ref over. They're having a conversation on the sidelines. Interesting to see what their decision will be. The debate is whether the goalie was denying a clear goal scoring opportunity. And the decision seems to be that it's a free kick. I got to imagine it's very difficult for keepers with the lines on the field. There's no question that even though the yellow line is the soccer line, I think the variety of lines can't make it easy on keepers. So I don't envy their position in those split-second situations like that. And you can see he knew right away, I think once he saw the yellow line, probably breathing a sigh of relief that it wasn't a red. But I think in the end, a good decision by the referee. Excellent shot by Andreas Tovar. Matt Coburn with the follow-up shot, but it was cleared off the line by a defender. A little bit of action. Very dramatic, right from the kick to the 2 attempts on goal. That'll be one worth rewinding a couple times. And Andreas Tovar pounces on the ball. Whoa, and he makes the most of it. 3 defenders. Finds the right-hand corner. Out past a diving goalkeeper. I'm sure that they're going to feel justified in getting that out of the earlier play. So 2-0 after about 37 minutes. So a great start here after really the first 25 minutes or so was, again, a pretty cagey affair. Not too many opportunities either side, but definitely seen Harborside make the most of a couple of plays and pop in 2 goals. Unity continues to be patient and look for some weakness in the back line. But you can see Harborside is definitely defending in a bit of a kind of a mid-block. Again, second game in 2 days. I'm sure that's a wise thing. Michael Happel directing some traffic there from the middle. I'm sure with these last 2 opportunistic goals, some of the Harborside players are going to be looking to pounce on their own opportunities and see what they can make of them. And again, Unity just settling it down, looking for an opportunity to bring it up the field. Matt Coburn calmly pays it back. Oh, a bit of a miss kick there. And an errant attempt from the center.
Harborside FC first goal scored in the 31st minute by number 23, Charlie Smith. Harbourside's second goal scored in the 38th minute by number 9, Andres Povar.
Ah, there's the famous Harborside foghorn, known the league over. I'm sure Harborside's going to be quite content to settle it down when they can now. They're up 2-0, I'm sure some tired legs. But they have definitely taken their chances. Ball from the right side. Cam Shaw, I think that was. Sorry, Ashton Bryant cleared the ball. Harborside ball. Harborside ball. Back to Fergus Hall to start us off from the back. Alex Stadam. Ashton does well. I believe Ashton Bryant plays his soccer at VIU. Sure, he'll be entering his preseason pretty soon. Coach Kevin Lindo, I'm sure, will give them a little bit of a break, but then they'll be getting ready for the season. I believe Harborside has players from VIU, several other universities in BC, and then even some people from out on the East Coast. A couple of players from St. FX, I believe. Oh, excellent finish. So perhaps not a great clearance, but well taken by Unity. So that's their opportunity taken. Nice touch by the Unity player to loop it over the keeper. 2-1. 2-1 as we approach the end of the first half. All right, Harborside's got to settle it down, see the half out. Victory's out on the outside. Looks like their Unity's got 4 or 5 players ready to charge. They might pressure for this last few minutes, see what they can get. Offside. Unity coming from the right. Oh. Another attempt from distance now. Broken up. And they find Charlie Smith again. He's onside. One-on-one. He's got a second defender.
A minimum of 2 minutes will be added on. 2 minutes added time.
You may have heard that. 2 minutes added time. Unity sending quite a few players up. It's good distance. They can get it in behind. Players running onto the ball. It's a tough one for the keepers. And he's offside. During the first game, the Unity women certainly were good in the air. They defended corners well. Again, Unity content to switch the field, look for a way forward. And that's the end of the second half. Sorry, the end of the first half. So as we take a quick break, just want to take the chance to thank the sponsors for Harborside FC for the 2024 season. Ramsey Lamb & Rhodes Lawyers is our lead sponsor. They've been with us for 2 years and really have been fundamental to us, much of the success that we've had. And our thanks to O'Neill's, they're our official teamwear supplier. Wildwood Health, you may see their tent over there on the far side close to the Harborside bench. They've been our official athletic therapy partners, and they're here every game with us. Junk in Our Trunk, they support our practice kits, but their team often come and help us set up every game, so they've been invaluable both as sponsors and volunteers. Seaview Home and Auto Glass, they really help make our youth supporters section work. Coastal Community Credit Union supports our kids' fun zone. You can go down there and play some soccer darts or some giant Jenga, or there's a giant Connect 4 game. Martin Vailson Realty Team from Remax, they're our primary field sponsor, and Martin's helped us out with some player identification cards, so a lot of the fans were able to know who's who. And then some of our partners, Footprint Security, Nanaimo Track and Field, Nanaimo News Bulletin, Hub City Fisheries, the Jingle Pot Pub, all supplying everything from ice to security to facilities management to fencing, you name it. It's amazing the amount of work that goes into running a team, and they've been invaluable partners. League One Canada partners include CIBC. They're the lead partner for Canada Soccer, the Canadian Premier League, and League One. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. The Cruyff Institute, educating athletes, sport, and business professionals to become leaders in sport management. Had a look at their course offerings the other day, and there's some fantastic courses available to players, coaches, admin staff. I think it's a great initiative that League One Canada has partnered with them, and hopefully over the next few years, many Harborside players and personnel are going to be able to take advantage of some of their courses. Derby Star, the official ball of the Canadian Premier League and the preferred match ball for League One. Macron, work hard, play harder. Vibrant Performance, Canada's most trusted brand for automotive race parts and accessories. The Canadian Premier League, where Canadian soccer takes flight. And then One Soccer, the home of soccer in Canada. Join the movement and watch every CPL and Canada national team match from any device. So we'll be back in a few minutes for the second half. Many thanks. Well, welcome back. We're nearing the start of the second half. Camera operator is just on his way back as well. So if you're just joining us, it's 2-1. For Harborside, which means as it stands, if the score stays the same, Harborside would finish the season in 3rd place, which would mean that they would take on Altitude in the semifinal and TSS would host the Whitecaps. But a lot of soccer to be played. Still 45 minutes. Sun popped out for a little bit at the end of the first half and over the break. The freezies were going like hotcakes and the ice cream truck is packed. Just saw a couple more drops of rain, so we'll see what happens in the second half. Kind of a little mixed weather, but it's been quite pleasant actually. Great day for some soccer. Very entertaining game. The women's game before us was a hard-fought game. And the Unity women came out 1-0 ahead. They've had a fantastic season, very strong team. But Harborside FC should be very proud of their season, and I'm sure feel good about the weekend. Declan Brown with the ball right now. Well done by Matt Coburn. And a yellow card for a Unity player for a challenge, I believe, on Cam Shaw. No, that's not Cam Shaw, sorry. Is that Ashton Bryant over there? So it'll be interesting to see how the second half goes. Does the tempo pick up? Can the tired legs of Harborside keep rolling after that scorcher of a day and game yesterday? I'm not seeing any substitutions. Oh, there may be one out here. Looks like Andreas Tovar is playing in the middle up front. Looks like we've got Kenneth Jolliffe in the game, who's playing on the left side here, number 20. So I'm thinking that must have been perhaps Ashton Bryant who came off. Oh, no, Ashton's still on the right side. Clearly you shouldn't listen to me, and you should check out the League One Canada app and get the numbers right. Here we have Declan Brown bringing the ball out. Unity player down. Far side of the field. Been a fairly subdued pace to the game. You know, moments of action, but I think the the Heat, the last game of the season. I think it's, for Unity, they're being patient, just using the game as I think, as an opportunity probably to try a few things as their season is done at the end of this game. Harborside does have a semifinal coming up, resting a few players, giving a few players a run. I'm sure the look for the semifinal, Coach Kevin Lindo will have a plan already in mind, depending on who they're playing. It'd be very different, actually. I mean, both games would be on a grass field, Swangard or in North Van with altitude. As you can see, we play our soccer and practice most of our soccer on turf, so a little different. Takes a little adjustment. Although I'll tell you, when it's hot like it was yesterday, grass would sure be nice compared to turf. The turf definitely holds and radiates the heat. Hopefully the Unity player is all right. I didn't see what happened. So again, if you're just joining us, this is an important day for Harborside and for Nanaimo United, our parent club. Sorry, the Unity player is being helped off the field. That's unfortunate. Hopefully okay. But it is an important day, as this weekend we're honoring the passing 1 year ago of Reed Davidson, who was an important part of our club and the founding of Harborside. Regrettably, he was killed in a car accident. So his family is here today. Actually, his mom and dad from 100 Mile House, and a number of his other family members and friends. So it's great to have them out, and we're happy to announce that Nanaimo United is worked with Harborside and with VIU, and we've launched 2 scholarships in Reed's name, in his memory. One to Nanaimo United players and one to VIU students. Reed was a VIU Mariner, was a VIU graduate, and was very proud of his time at VIU. So we're excited to be able to remember Reed with helping younger athletes as they enter their post-secondary education, whether it's at VIU or anywhere else. So the actions, we're back at it. Unity with the ball. Unity player did well to keep it in. Ref didn't like that the corner flag was knocked down. Wanted to back up before play continued. Fergus Hall with a well-timed tackle. And a little bit of a push there from a Unity player. Ref wants the ball back. And Andreas Tovar's back out on the left, seeing if he can sneak behind. Oh, and he brings down the Unity player, free kick. Looks like there's been one other change. Looks like Michael Hopella is off and Mateo Costering is in that holding midfield position. I think Mateo's doing some coaching with us as well. Harborside seems fairly content to just defend fairly deep and force Unity to test them. Unity's doing a good job, though, of doing just that. Long shot from distance, fairly easily parried by the keeper. Several Unity players starting to warm up. We're at about the 55-minute mark. Unity players definitely pushing up. Perhaps leaving a toe poke like that away from potential problems. But you got to admit, Unity probably doesn't have anything to lose, so why not give it a go and see if you can push a few extra players forward and see what happens. Looks like another injury. Gonna take a quick water break for the Harborside crew. Looks like the athletic trainer is getting a bit of a run over at the midfield there. Hopefully everyone's all right. Looks like a subs being made. A couple of subs being made by Harborside as well, I believe. Looks like Charlie Smith's coming off. Daniel McCaskill's coming back. Looks like he'll be playing. Actually, he's playing out of the midfield. And a good break by Unity. Fast break, well held, and a 2-2 goal. Well, it was a good break. Well taken. Definitely working hard to get up the field. Little up-tempo Unity. So it's 2-2 after just about 60 minutes. Declan Brown with the ball. Can Harborside respond? Again, I think they're going to have to dig deep. Some tired legs, although there's a lot of new faces out there. So quite a battle out there on the left. Always a challenge as a defender when you're in a tussle like that, getting into the box. Just where's that line? Oh, well played. They looking for that. And there it is. Couple of bounces, but in the end finished by Unity to make it 3-2. 60 minutes. Didn't quite catch who scored the goal. (3-2) after 60 minutes. 2 quick goals by Unity. I have to say though, they were well-worked goals. They got players up in numbers and really drove at that net. And then a couple of decent scrappy finishes. There's a ball up the left-hand side. Unity brings it on the left. So now the choice will be for the Harborside men. Do they up the pressure a little bit? Do they change the way they play? Andreas Tovar is back out in the middle or out on the right. Still working out on the right. Matt Coburn switches it out to Declan Brown. Keeps the ball, gets it back. I think Victory Shambusho was maybe calling for offside, but hard to tell. And Unity get it back and they break. Looking to break with a little bit of speed. They don't have numbers yet. It's 4. So it looks like 4 on 5, but they're going to give it a go. Matt Coburn there with the headed clearance, but Unity get it back. Harborside looks to settle it down a little bit. Looks like we've got a little bit of rain again, just a little bit. Hard to see in the camera probably, but just a light couple of drops every now and again. Probably welcome for the players. And Unity again looking to get behind that back line. Alex Didam dispossessed. It's like a corner kick, Unity.
Unity FC's second goal scored in the 60th minute by number 9, Victor Shambusho. Unity's third goal scored in the 61st minute by number 7, Joel Badger.
Corner kick coming in from the left side. Unity's got some of their height up front. From this angle, it appears they've got a bit of a height advantage, but let's see. Keeper does well to grab it. And a good shot and a good save. Alex Dezam dispossessed. And another corner kick. Looks like Alex Dezam is being subbed off. Not sure who for. The rumor around the field was the substitution board was accidentally damaged at halftime of the last game. So that may be why we're not seeing the sub numbers. So we're going to have to watch and try to catch it ourselves. Cleared but not out. Off the post, an excellent shot from distance. Referee calling Cam Shaw. Dangerous spot just outside the box. "67 minutes. Nearly gone now. Unity definitely putting some pressure on Harborside. Some great scoring chances created. Some good energy up front. Seem to be breaking much faster than they were in the first half. And again, that may have been their tactic, was to sort of hold a little bit in the first half and then maybe play on some of the fatigue or new faces, some of the players that maybe haven't had as many minutes, so just they're getting used to playing, and so they may have decided to put that pressure on in the second half. So far it's paid off, 3-2 for them. Let's see what happens here. Four-man wall for Harborside. And an excellent shot, excellent save. Just over the right-hand side of the wall. I'm sure the keeper couldn't see it until it was over the wall, but did well to keep it out. Looks like a few Harborside players warming up. Near post cross. Tovar's pass cut out. Unity reset. Full credit to their patience. They've done well. Swish the field sort of constantly, looking for that way forward, and they're trying to set victory. Shambushu free here. He's called for offside. Again, Declan Brown's coming back from a fairly lengthy injury, so I'm sure he's got his hands full with victory here on the left side. A lot of skill out there on the field. A little scrappy right now. Lots of time for Harborside. Can they settle it down? See if they can crawl back another goal or two. That's Ben Cresswick there, was just subbed in. Looks like another corner kick for Unity. Fergus Hall rallying the troops from back in center back position. Fergus has done a fantastic job as the Harborside captain this year. I'm sure it was a challenge to sit out yesterday's game, but I'm sure he'll be ready to roll for the rest of this game and for the semifinal playoff game. Corner kick from the right-hand side. A lot of Unity players prowling around. Cleared by Matt Coburn. Tentative ball by Andreas Tovar. Just jockeyed out by Unity. Referee asking him to get on with it. Long switching ball dealt with by Matt Coburn. Unity's doing a good job of cutting out most of our balls forward. Few Unity players warming up. You can see Kevin Lindo calling for a bit more movement forward, get in, get behind. Harborside responds, trying to figure out a way to get behind. They may have to get more numbers forward, but I'm not sure if that's in their plan. Probably a little hesitant to get too many numbers forward with the last two goals scored by Unity. Good counterattacks. And there's an errant ball given away. Some good movement by Unity. Trying to find a way through. Looks like a couple of subs coming in from Unity here. Not sure what changes they're keen to make. perhaps a couple for Harborside as well. So as we hit the 75th minute, a couple of subs from both teams. Oh, and the ball's over, and another ball through. Sure, they'd like that one back. Just floated over the head of Fergus Hall. And then an excellent finish. Tough to catch, tough to stop by the keeper. 4-2 at 75 minutes. Well, we got 15 minutes, a couple of subs coming in. Let's see what goes on. Let's see what we can do. Hats off to Unity, though. They've definitely ramped up the pressure. Done a good job of changing how they're attacking a little bit. Although still looking for those balls over the top like that every once in a while, which just caught us there. But their forwards are doing an excellent job of continually trying to find a way to get behind our defense. Some hard work out on the right side. I think that was Cam Shaw. So if the score stays as it is, that would mean that Harborside would stay in 4th position and would play TSS next Friday at Swangard Stadium. Some excellent work out there on the left-hand side. Yellow card shown to Joel Badger, number 7. Looks like he's just been subbed off. For number 11, Gabe Altamar. Looks like they've changed their formation a little bit. Looks like, yeah, gonna shore up their defense a little bit.
Goals for the 76th minute. Number 12, Patrick Benson.
Again, Harborside having a little bit of a challenge getting through at this point. Some of their passes just not quite connecting. So let's see if we can settle it down here the last 10 minutes. Sukabari on the field now. Unity does well to win it back, though. Suka's definitely been a big part of our offense this year. A couple of nice goals yesterday. But here we have Unity coming down the left-hand side. Got tangled up. Free kick for Unity. About 9 minutes left. Not too far off. Ball to the far post. Harborside eager to get it going. Unity wins the ball back in the middle of the field. Does a good job settling it down. Now coming from the left, back to the middle. Looking to get over. But again, a pass that maybe Suka Bahari would want back. Costa wins it back, but right back to Unity, and he's coming from an offside position. Four to 2, 82 minutes. Unity playing on the front foot. Some well-earned goals. Can Harborside rally? On a Harborside player down. Looks like perhaps cramp. Given the heat from yesterday, I'm not surprised. Not sure where you were yesterday, but here at Kikanishtuk Stadium, it was about 30 degrees at pitch side. So you can imagine, like, on the field with the black pellets, it was definitely hot. I know at the end of the day, I definitely felt cooked, and I wasn't on the field. A couple of ball boys prowling the sidelines from Nanaimo United. Great to see them out. We didn't have any yesterday. It was just too hot, so it's great to have a few out today. Many of these players know each other from previous teams or from university careers. Must be interesting to be able to play each other in a league like this. Something relatively new for many of them. He's going to be able to walk it off, or perhaps a sub. John George, the assistant coach for Harborside, seems to be chatting with the fourth official. I'm not sure what about. Seems to be an amicable conversation, but probably just asking for some clarification on something. So the player is off, and I don't know that they have any subs left, so they may be playing with 10 players, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, by my count, Harborside is down to 10 players. They may be out of subs. So unless that player can come back on, they may have to finish the game with 10 players. There is a limit to the number of subs in League One. I believe it's seven subs. And I do not believe there's any exceptions for injury or cramp, perhaps for head injuries, but we'd have to read up on that rule before we said yes or no. But nevertheless, they still have the same job to do. They've got to figure out how in a few minutes can they claw back a few goals. Ball through to Andreas Tovar. But Unity does well to swarm the ball. Doesn't give them any time. All of their players basically back. Well, I do have to say Unity has done well defending, though. I mean, other than, again, there were a couple of great goals, opportunistic goals by Harborside, but Unity has remained well organized and definitely been tough to break down in any consistent way anyways. But Harborside is going to give it another shot here. Again, this is a great spot for a free kick. Curl it into that space behind the defense, which is exactly what they tried to do, but the keeper did well to collect the ball. Probably going to slow it down a little bit. Trying to break a player free. Trying to work it around, look for a way through, but again, Unity drops into a pretty solid block. Suka Bahari gets away from his mark. Excellent ball out to the right. Oh, but perhaps not the ball they wanted. But well done to work it, switch the field, and to look for that ball into the middle. But here is Unity right on the way back. Harborside still seems to be playing with 10 players. But that is what it is. So hopefully the players are all right. Both the injuries to Unity and to Harborside. So we're approaching the 90th minute, the final game of the 2024 season. What a great season it's been. Great to see both teams out there working hard, some great soccer. Very exciting time for the Harborside men. First postseason in their history. Looks like they'll be facing TSS unless something fairly quickly changes as we hit 90 minutes exactly. Unity's done well though. They're going to make it. They're making it hard on Harborside to find a way through. Unity, one last opportunity. There is likely some extra time given some of the injuries and stoppages. If I was to guess, I'd say something like 4 or 5 minutes, but I guess only the referee will know. Again, I'm trying to work it through. Can't find a way through the Unity wall. Unity's shifting, definitely putting pressure, pressuring much higher up the field than they were in the first half. Harborside on the break. Andreas Tovar forces a good foot save from the keeper. Good break by Harborside. A little bit of energy coming down the right side. Could be nearing one of the last plays of the game. Corner kick from the right-hand side. Unity does well to get out of the way. And now we've got a break 3-on-3. Although the Harborside recovers well. Unity keeps the ball though. Switches it to a late running player. Oh, lucky bounce. But the finish isn't quite what they wanted. No indication yet from the referee where they're at with time. Oh, it's great to see. We've got 58 people watching right now as we end the game. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the game. We sure have. Hope to see you out of the game sometime soon. If you're anywhere near Nanaimo, you're always welcome. And I'm sure Unity would love to have you at Cloverdale as well. I've heard they put on a good show. Lots of effort and excitement going on there. I've heard. I'm eager to make it over next year. Cut out by Ben, I believe that was. And that's the game. So it ends 4-2 for Unity. So the exciting 2024 season. Sure not exactly the way Unity wanted it to end. I mean, the win is fantastic, but so they'll finish in 5th. And Harborside FC will finish in 4th and enter the playoffs. So thanks again for joining us. From everybody here at Harborside, please, please make sure you get out and support your local soccer clubs. You can see it's an exciting product. It's only getting better, and we're happy to be a part of it. All the best.
Make sure to follow Harborside on social media and on HARBOURSIDEFC.ca as the men's squad prepares for the League 1 BC playoffs. Once again, for more information on the squad, check out HARBOURSIDEFC.ca and be sure to follow the team on social media. Once again, fans, your support all season long is very, very much appreciated. Thank you for supporting semi-pro soccer here in Nanaimo and in British Columbia. Once again, your final score, Unity 4, Harborside 2. Thank you so much for joining us for the Harbor.